Welcome, everyone, to another episode of AIME's Grow and Get It. I'm Tom Ahles, president of AIME. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to avoid complacency with Mike Maddux, broker-owner of Maddux Mortgage. He's based out of Oregon. He's got a couple other states that he's licensed in. Also a former service member. So thank you, Mike, for your service to our country. I'd love to see it when we have veterans in the broker channel that really continue their service and what they signed up for, and then helping not only serve veterans, but civilians as well. Welcome to the show, my friend. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
So really good topic today, right? Within wholesale, where do you find most brokers fall into complacency, right? It's kind of like, I use the word complacency as laziness, maybe lack of direction, because really we are self-managing. Whether you work for Maddux Mortgage and you're not Mike, who's the owner, you're one of his team members, or you work for a different company, all of us are really, self-sourced, self-managing. It's part of being independent, right? Is nobody's going to come and start whipping you and say, hey, you didn't put in your 40 hours. There's a lot of things to where you need to be good at self-management. And I believe that's what we're going to talk about here. So, with that question, give me a little insight in what you find to be helpful.
So for me, the biggest thing that I found is that once you're a broker owner and you're established, even other mortgage brokers, you get calls from wholesale lenders, multiple times a day. And I fell into this trap for a little bit where I would get a call from a wholesale lender. Oh, I do non-QM. I've got 10 that do non-QM. I don't need you. Thanks. But I'd find myself in a situation where I can't originate a loan because all of my non-QM lenders won't touch this type of loan. So for me, complacency falls into not exploring every avenue that you can to find a solution for your clients.
Yeah, I like that. And I'll just speak for my own brokerage. I think we have like 120 some lenders set up. And I'm like, at times I'm like, we don't need it. And I take the same avenue as you until I actually take the time to okay, there are differences, right? Not all players are created equal, just like us as individuals. I've always related my skills to I related to poker, right? Everybody's playing with the same 52 cards, yet there are always the same people at the final table if you go to the World Series of Poker, right? Some are just better at it than others. I think what Mike's really trying to share with us here is really diving in and understand what the differences are, even with non-QM, regular agency. Some of our lenders might have overlays. Some have overlays on I've had one recently on a Florida Hometown Heroes loan that one of our lender partners had an overlay on. And I'm like, well, what's that about? I had no idea. Looked at a couple of other partners that maybe don't have it. I think that's key. So as you're taking these calls from account executives, tell me, if you decide to sign up with a partner, what is it that you're looking for, identify to if they really are a true partner of yours?
So my first question I get when I have someone that calls me is, what do you do that A, B, C, D, and E can't do? That gives them, it's an open-ended question. It allows them the opportunity to explain what sets them apart, what makes them different, and how they can enhance my product offering to my clients. Depending on how that conversation goes, if they're concise, knowledgeable, and fast, I know that even if they're a cookie cutter replica of another non-QM lender, that account executive is going to work for me to get my loans through the finish line.
Oh, I like that. Because let me ask you this. How many times do real estate agents ask you, why work with Maddux Mortgage compared to, ABC Mortgage, right?
Yep.
You get asked that. It's not something you got to sit and pause about. And I know you're ready to jump on that question.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you on the spot for that. But I mean, the fact is, we as high level professionals, broker owners, those that are, in the weeds of our business, doing everything we can to serve our consumers, I don't have to think about it. Now, I know my answer because I know what my value proposition is. So I would highly encourage you guys to listen to what Mike's saying here, even with your account. I get them too. I probably get 30 a day. Hey, we have this new, bank statement. I'm like, well, bank statement loans aren't new, buddy. We've been doing them for a while. Yeah, it's just how it goes. So really vetting them exactly like Mike said. Give me your value proposition. I already have, UWM does a great job at bank statement loans. I use a lot of other partners as well when it comes to those types of loans where there are differences. Some might be reserve requirements. Some might be they can't live rent-free currently if they're buying an investment property. But each one of these have different offerings that really focus on making you the go-to person in your market.
Yep, absolutely. And I'll say I have an example. So I I just closed a bank statement cash out loan that 10 non-QM lenders would not touch because there's a single family residence and a decommissioned manufactured home on the same plot. It's 15 acres. 9 out of 10 said won't touch it. There's a manufactured home, not going to do it. You got to pull it off the property. And then, can I say the name of the lender that did it?
Yeah, I mean, we're
Okay.
obviously we have AIME partners, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't do
Okay.
censorship. So let's
I'm not.
let's
Yeah.
roll.
So NewFi came to the rescue, and they're like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's been decommissioned. No water. Yep, it's a storage thing. It's a personal property. Don't care."
Yeah,
Fast forward 30 days, closed, funded, satisfied client, satisfied broker owner, stronger relationship.
that's beautiful. Gain 2 referrals from it, move on, and now you added another tool to your tool belt. So
Yep.
what should brokers actively be doing to avoid complacency?
It starts with your personal life. You can be professional, you can be successful, but if your own personal life isn't a lack of complacency, if you're not driven personally, you're going to become complacent. So for me, I get up at 3:30, go to the gym every day, and then I get back home and I start working immediately at 5 a.m. every day. So in order to avoid complacency, you need to find something that drives you, that motivates you, that keeps you ambitious, and do it consistently every day.
Dang, 3:30?
Yeah. Yep. And if you don't believe me, you can check my stories on Facebook and Instagram because they're like clockwork. Bam,
Man,
bam,
I love it.
bam, bam.
That's the military part in you. I could just tell right from when I met you. I mean, I'm 4:45, and I think I'm probably like, to me at 4:45, I get up, I go for I ride my bike, or we do an exercise in the morning, and then I try to be at work. But the cool part about what I think Mike is really trying to portray to us is understanding having a schedule. We get the
Yep.
flexibility in this industry to do whatever we want whenever we want. If you don't feel
Yep.
like working today, you don't have to work. Nobody's going to come and tell Mike that, Mike, you weren't at work today. No, he's an owner, but you don't become an owner and an entrepreneur by having a weak work ethic, right?
Mhm.
So it does. It applies to your personal life, and then obviously, I guarantee if the guy's starting his day at 3:30 in the morning, gym, then work, I guarantee you're carving out time for family as well at the end of the day too, right?
Yep. Yep.
Well, I really like it. I think that's pretty straight to the point, concise. If you don't have a routine, you don't have a schedule, start it with your personal life. It'll overflow into your business. The partners that are calling out to you, don't just glance them over. Ask the questions that are going to drive the differentiating factor to show how you can create more wins, create more relationships, and close more business. So, Mike, any other
Absolutely.
final statements? Anything you want to leave us with?
Nope. Just every day you should wake up with the mentality of rise and grind.
Rise and grind. I love it. Mike, I look forward to connecting with you more. I greatly appreciate your time joining us today. If you're in the industry right now, you're looking for some new tips, or something that maybe you need a little bit of motivation, check out our YouTube page at AIME National. We have all of our Grow and Get It episodes from before. You'll hear from a lot of leaders within our industry, just like Mike, that take their time. Mike's not getting paid. He's one of those people that I guarantee believe in givers gain. If you're of
Yep.
service to others and help others, the world will pay you back, and it'll come back to you. And I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you again for being here. Thank you, everyone. And we look forward to seeing you here at Fuse. It's coming up October 4th through the 7th. If you're a golfer, register for the golf tournament. That's going to be a blast. An amazing lineup. I'll leave you with this. If you look at it from an ROI perspective, the cost of credit reports right now are about $70. Really, for the cost of about 7 credit reports, you can come to the mortgage event of the year, learn a little bit more on your craft, meet industry leaders, lending partners, new technology, and really get better at what you do. So when the market does turn, which I think we all know it's going to happen at some point, you have the systems built to dominate in 2024. So with that, I wish you all a great day. I hope you go out and grow and get it. Mike, thank you again for your service. Thank you for volunteering to help on this episode. Wishing you an amazing day, my friend.
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
Take care.